We live in places where things which happen in and around us constantly shape our living standards. Everyone is doing some or the other job to make our life comfortable. But we are so preoccupied with ourselves that we hardly have the time to pay heed to what is going around us. And it is the road that one hardly undertake to feel it. But this is what makes the difference. Right from the invention of wheel, continuous changes and inventions have changed the human civilization. The wheel has helped man to conquer the distance, breaking barriers between provinces, states, and countries. Essential commodities are transported from one destination to another through various modes of transportation like railway and roadways. However, roads form an integral part of our life, as these roads reach into the remote parts of the country. The demand for road transportation is higher than the railways. Lorries, trucks, and many other mini vehicles are the main carrier of goods and commodities. They travel hundreds of miles just to meet our requirements. This is something that every one of us know. But what about the person behind the wheel who drive continuously day and night away from their homes through the busy and sometimes empty highways? Have we ever given a thought to the trials and tribulations of the persons who are behind the wheels? To get much closer to the reality and the life of the truck drivers, we undertook a journey on a truck, which was to go from the Assam-Bengal border, that is Boxir Hat, a small place in the Dhubri district of Assam, to the city of joy, Kolkata. Our journey turned out to give us more insights into the life of these drivers. Anand, a truck driver, gave us lift in his truck from Guwahati to Boxir Hat. Thus, started our journey with Anand and his cleaner Vishal. The moment we entered the truck, a strange feeling came to our mind. How can these people carry on with long, tedious journeys away from the comforts of home and family, which most of us enjoy? In Boxir Hat, we met our next driver, who would take us along with him to Kolkata. His name, Nanki, sounded strange to us. Short, thin, and jolly, a deviation from the typical tall and stout truck drivers, which generally come to our mind at the first thought. Nanki had his own personal problems, apart from the ones in his family.
অসুবিধা তো অনেক অসুবিধা হয় যেমন হলো নাই বাড়িতে বাজার করি লোক নাই মেলা মেলা ধরনের অসুবিধা রোগ রোগ বিরাদি হলে ওষুধ টষুধ আনা হয় একটা বাচ্চা হয় নষ্ট হয়েছে নানকিটা নাছিল খবর দিছি আসবির পায় নাই হ্যাঁ ওটি বিকট আছিল আসলো মানছি থাকলে কি হবে নিজের স্বামী যে থাকলে তা বাচ্চাটা তো বাঁচাতো বাঁচার ক্যাপাসিটি থাকলে
Besides the regular hurdles, the truck drivers has to face the problems of the truck on the road or with the officials at the check gates.
नहीं है तुम्हारा अरे नहीं है तुम्हारा यार গাড়ীবোৰ ইয়াত ৰখিবলগীয়া হয় আৰু কেতিয়াবা ফৰ্মটিছৰ কাৰণত কোনো এখন গাড়ী হয়তো অলপ এদিন ৰাতিও থাকিবলগীয়া হৈ যায়। তো এইবোৰ কাৰণত ইয়াত প্ৰায় সকলো সময়তে 50-100খনমান গাড়ী প্ৰায় থাকে।
The most important aspect in the life of a truck driver is meeting their deadline.
दिक्कत आती है मगर क्या करेंगे,
टाइम में नहीं पहुंच पाते।
नहीं पहुंचते हैं तो वही हम लोग का टाइम जैसे हमको 4 दिन का टाइम दिया है कि हम गुवाहाटी से दिल्ली पहुंचना है हमको। अगर हम नहीं पहुंच पाए इतने दिन में, 4 दिन में, 5 दिन में, तो हमारा डेली का 1000 रुपये कट जाता है।
Whatever be the difficulties they face, they have to deliver the goods within the specified time. Sometimes, in order to reach their destination on or before time, they tend to overlook the safety part, which at times proves to be fatal. However, to relieve themselves of the worries, they play music. They even hum and at times sing aloud along with the playing track. Buns, which frequently crop up in different parts of the country, is one thing that the truck drivers would never want to encounter. Being on the roads for several days and nights continuously in order to meet deadlines, they sometimes fall prey to accidents. These accidents may occur due to lack of sleep, careless driving, and stress. Most of us have the assumption that the highway accidents occur due to liquor consumption and reckless driving. When we put the question to the drivers, they had a different story to say.
वो रात को दरबार
चलाते हो
ना ना
चलाते कि नहीं, जब रुक जाते हैं तो।
हाँ रात को जब सोने के टाइम
आपके दोस्त या दूसरे ड्राइवर आपने देखे हैं जो चलाते वक्त नशा करते हैं?
ना बहुत कम देखे।
चलाते वक्त कोई नशा नहीं है।
रुक जाने के बाद जब रेस्ट करने वो टाइम तो सभी आदमी करता ही है। कोई ड्राइवर को थकावट होती है और रुकने के बाद सोना पड़ता है 2 घंटा, तो नींद आई थी इसलिए थोड़ा करते हैं।
After each tiresome journey, we halted for rest and food at several dhabas. The environment at these dhabas were different.
लाल मिर्च किसी में भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, हरी मिर्च कम। इधर का ऑर्डर लेके जा, इधर का ऑर्डर लेके जा।
Dhabas are the favorite place for the truck drivers and also a home away from home. Taking bath in open air with cold water and the aroma of hot and spicy food cooked in tandoor are the few delicacies which they enjoy. With a peg of whiskey or rum to shed their day's tiredness, all these are part and parcel of their life on the roads. They take a short nap after the delicious meal in the charpais. Most people want to cook food outside, but sometimes during the rainy season and bad weather conditions, they cook inside their trucks. However, truck is not only a place to cook, but also a place where they sleep at times with great difficulty. It is hard to sleep in the truck unless one is used to sleep. The constant horn and the truck sound gave us sleepless nights. Nanki is quite frustrated with his work and mentions about the scarcity of money in this profession.
ল'ম বেলেগ লাইন পালে ভাল ভাল লাইন পালে গুচি যাম ট্ৰাক নচলাওঁ মই ট্ৰাক চলাই পেলাই যাইছোঁ ঘৰত থাকিব নোৱাৰোঁ ঘৰত দিগদাৰ হ'লে আমি থাকিব নোৱাৰোঁ সেইকাৰণে ট্ৰাক চলাই ইমান চাহিদা নাই আৰু নোহোৱাৰ পিছত আমাৰ একো নাই বুলিহে আমি গাড়ী চলাই আছোঁ যে
During the course of their long and tedious journey, truck drivers encounter many people, some known and some unknown. Being away from their better halves for so many days at a stretch, they sometimes go for fulfilling their physical needs to the women who work as roadside sex workers. And for most of these sex workers, drivers are the main source of income.
আপোনাৰ এনে দিনত কেইটামান কাষ্টমাৰ হয় এদিনত
হয় 4টা 5টা বাছ
তাতে ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰ কিমানটা থাকে
ইয়াতে তো এতিয়া আহিছোঁ ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰে আহি আছে
ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰ
জিতা
আপোনালোকৰ বেছিভাগ কাষ্টমাৰ ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰে হয়
ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰ হৈ থাকে বেছি
With so much publicity going around in India about sexually transmitted diseases, we were happy to find that the truck drivers and the sex workers are equally aware of the consequences of unsafe sex and take proper precautions before indulging in any such activity.
ट्रक ड्राइवर्स को इससे बहुत ज़्यादा खतरा रहता है क्या आप मानते हैं ये
हाँ तो आजकल तो बहुत लोग होशियार हो गए हैं लेकिन पहले तो रास्ता में देखते ही भागते थे लड़की देखते जनाना देखते भागते थे
पर देखो जब से ये एड्स का प्रचार हुआ है जब से हम कहीं गलत जगह नहीं जाता हूँ
আমি তো বাছ বিনা কাৰণত নকৰোঁ আমি হ'ব পাৰে এছবামৰ হ'ব পাৰে
Thanks to the publicity which is repeated time and again in radio, television and newspaper, it is a positive sign that these truck drivers are aware of this and in the long run it may help us control. After traveling for days, the truck reached its destination, Kolkata, city famous for its Rasgulla and Poddar Ilish. It seemed that our journey ended after getting down from the truck, but actually it was not so. The slice of life that we saw gave us some new insight about truck drivers and their profession as a whole. Our perception about the drivers changed a lot after this short journey, and indeed, it was good to know that life is changing. The drivers are no more the same people who knew nothing about rules and regulations off-road. They also feel equally responsible towards their profession like any other person. There may not be the same problems that they are facing now. Highways may become more safe, check gate and lobby problems might not exist, and the society may look towards them in a better light. And may the truck drivers also be able to free themselves from the frustration which they have today.